Hi, welcome to Pink Party 2020. It's the first virtual party for this year, and we are looking forward to a great time. My tiara wearers and my tutu wearers, hope you're out there. We are going to have fun on our road trip for Pink Party. We're going to go from Missouri to Texas to California and back to Missouri. It's going to be a great night. Welcome to the first-time viewers and the first-time Pink Party attenders. Wherever you are in your journey with you or your loved one, you have found a caring community. We're going to have fun. We're going to learn some things. We're going to laugh. We're going to cry. But most of all, we're going to have a blast. The first person that we're going to talk to tonight is the Pam Knipp, who started the Pink Party. And we're going to hear her journey of her cancer treatments and her diagnosis. Hi, Pam. There you are.
Hi, everyone. It's
Hello.
great to be here.
I'm so excited.
With our Pink Party family. I'm happy to be here.
You look fantastic.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about how the Pink Party originated at Mid-Continent Public Library.
Well, I was diagnosed in 2006 with breast cancer, and I got all my treatment and finished that in April of 2007. And I went, gosh, I just need to give back, how to help other women and men be aware of how to be proactive, how to have an accountability partner. And so I just talked to headquarters at Mid-Continent, and they went, let's make it into a party. And I went, that sounds great. So we created the Pink Party.
That's awesome. And what was your main goal to give back? I know that you're really, really a firm believer in early detection. But tell us a little bit about how those reminders happen with you and your friends. You've taught me some things too.
Well, there's a lot. One of my main ones, and some of you guys have heard this, but being accountable is everything. If it be a best friend, if it be a husband or a sister, but once a month, make sure that you remember to check your breast. It could be your birth date. So if my birthday's on the 14th, I always remember on the 14th, check my breast. It could be an anniversary date. For me, my doctor a long time ago told me, do you brush your teeth? And I went, yeah. He goes, brush your teeth once a day, check your boobies, or brush your teeth every day, and once a month, check your boobies. So
that's what I remember.
If that will help you.
Yes.
So every single time you go to brush your teeth, that pink toothbrush comes up to your mouth, and it just reminds you to be accountable to yourself.
That is so great. Because self-care is really important.
Yes.
Wherever you're at in your journey, self-care is so important. How was that for you? What did you do for your self-care? And who were the people that surrounded you and were your balcony people, the people that cheered you on? What did they do to help you?
My diet's not always the best, and I try to create that and make that a little better. I did work out, but eating more proper foods and watching your diet. My cancer is estrogen driven, so they encourage me to stay away from soy, and sometimes a little hard because there's a lot of soy in everything. So just watch your labels, check your labels, and be accountable to have your doctor help you understand what might be the better foods for you to eat. And excuse me, another main thing was my dear friend told me, she goes, you know what? Cancer's not easy, and it's not, ladies and gentlemen, but if you need to cry, cry. She said, get in front of that bathroom mirror and cry your heart out, and then you pull your bootstraps up and you get back out there and live your life, make it what it is, and try your very best to, that saying, I have cancer, but it doesn't have me. And that's what you have to do. Put it in mind that, I'm going to overcome this. I want to conquer this, and I will. So her name was Teresa. And big difference in my life.
Yes, Teresa. Oh, sweet. Hey, there's one more question I have for you tonight. I'm so thankful that you had the vision that you have for the pink party? Is there anywhere that you want the pink party to go, or what's your main goal for tonight? What do you want to see at the pink party this evening?
Well, I don't know how many here are on, but we can all be a little rock or a pebble in the water. So when you toss a pebble into the water, it ripples out. And that's what we need to do. We need to ripple out to other people. We need, like, just say, hey, I was at the pink party and this is what I learned. Share it with your family. Share it with your sisters, your aunts, your moms, your grandmas. Cancer, they have no limit. So don't think that some people can't get it. So make it more aware. Always make it aware. So be a little pebble in the water and just ripple out to others.
A pink pebble. We're going to all be pink pebbles.
We need a pink pebble.
Pink pebbles in the water of breast cancer and spread our joy and our information and our love and support. That is really and truly what the pink party does today. Yeah. So Pam, thank you so much for your vision. And thank you for sharing a little bit of the history. It started at the Blue Springs branch, and now it's gone throughout the system. And now we're on the viral party. Yeah. It's so exciting.
I was so happy we were doing this because I went, oh my goodness, we're not going to have the pink party. And I got a call, and yes, we are. So
yes, we are.
We're all here, and another great year being together.
Right, exactly. We're going to look at what good we have in 2020. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Pam. We wish you continued good health and always the most happiness. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Guys, take care. Stay healthy.
Yeah, bye. Thank you so much. One of the great things that we do at the pink party is we have awesome snacks. So if you have not got your favorite snack in front of you and your favorite drink, this is the time to do it. And guess what's coming next? Something else that we all love at the pink party, and that is the prizes. We have some great prizes to give away tonight. And there's Angie. Hi, Angie.
Hi, Jean. How's it going?
Oh, so far so good.
We are off to a great start. It was so good to see Pam.
What do you have to give away for our first prizes tonight?
Well, I'll tell you what. We are so excited because we have the opportunity to finally give what the people have asked for, and that is a chance to buy a pink party t-shirt. Yes. So we have a couple different designs that are available for sale, and we're actually going to give a few away right now. So before
they can win it from you, this is fantastic.
They're going to win it before they can buy it.
Okay, Andy, go ahead.
Okay, so a little housekeeping. We are going to draw for our door prizes tonight from those who have registered for our program. So if you haven't registered, if you're joining us on Facebook and you haven't registered yet, should be a link in the comments sending you to the event page on our website. And that web address is www.mymcpl.org/pink-party. So again, it should be in the chat. And I think we showed it a minute ago. Oh, there it is again. Awesome. So you can register there and have a chance to win another door prize. And you can also check out the t-shirts that we have on sale through Threadless. The link is there on the event page. And you can check out our breast cancer resources, both local and national resources. We're going to hear from a few of those resources in just a little bit. But without any more from me, let's draw some names for door prizes.
Awesome, yes.
Okay, our first winner, picked at random, is...
I can't wait. Drum roll.
Drum roll. I needed a drum roll. It is Larry Green. Larry Green. Yay! Yay. Okay, number 2. Number 2 is Trish Long.
Trish Long. All right.
All right, number 3 winner.
Number 3. Let me see the comments. I got some new ones.
It is Trisha Jester. Trisha Jester is the number 3. Number 3.
Number 1 in our hearts, truly.
Number 4 is Shauna Sharp.
Shauna Sharp, that name sounds familiar. Hey,
And-
Mary.
Oh, there's Mary.
Mary.
And number 5, our last t-shirt,
Number 5, the last but not the least,
is Michelle Dickey.
Michelle Dickey, congratulations. You 5 people have won a Pink Party t-shirt, the coveted shirt that they've asked for many, many years. We're on our 12th year, and every year people want to buy our shirts. And so finally, 2020 brings us.
We have them. And if I didn't call your name, then you'll also have a chance to buy them. So be sure and go check out Threadless and buy a t-shirt.
That's great. That's terrific. And hi, Kimberly. I miss you. Kimberly says hi. I'm reading your comments as we go along.
Oh, that's
and,
good.
So yeah, thanks a lot, Beth. Not a t-shirt with my face on it. Sorry.
Did we show the graphic? I missed it. Did we show the graphic?
No, we did.
There it is. There it is again. Thank you.
We have a great director back there.
And there's the two-tone one on a gray t-shirt. So there's a couple different styles available.
That's fantastic. Thank you, Angie. Angie's going to be back for more prizes. So I'll see you in a little bit.
Okay.
Don't forget to register, guys, so you can get your chance to win a hot item. All right. Now, we are so thrilled to have community partners with us every year. We highlight some of our community resources and community partners. Mid-Continent Public Library has had that vision since we began, to be a support and an inspiration, a place to find information. And one of the organizations that is very dear to my heart, when my sister had her diagnosis, she wanted a wig that was gray. She wanted a gray wig because she didn't know if she would be able to have a full head of gray hair by the time she got through her treatments. So Cancer Action was a community organization that provided wigs, and my sister got a beautiful gray wig because she had a black wig that when she took some chocolate chip cookies out of the oven, the bangs on the wig caught fire. True story. So Cancer Action has a video to share with us tonight. And let's look and see what Cancer Action has on their message to us tonight.
Good evening, ladies. It's good to be with you today during this Pink Party event virtually. I'm sorry we can't be together in person. These are always such fun events, and not only do we get to celebrate each of you who are cancer survivors, but we also are well educated and celebrate and raise awareness about cancer, about early detection and prevention, which is so key to cancer survivorship today. Cancer Action has been proud to be a part of the Pink Parties for many, many years. Cancer Action, for those of you who aren't familiar with us, is a local cancer serving organization here in Kansas City. We have 2 offices, one on the Kansas side and one on the Missouri side. And we just like to provide the support that cancer patients need as they go through their cancer experience. We try to provide services and support through every step of the cancer journey. And we have some special types of support that we have for women who are going through breast cancer. Some of those include being able to provide wigs and headwear for women who are going through cancer treatment. We also have lymphedema garments. We help provide lymphedema garments for those who might need those types of support, as well as we have breast prosthesis and bras. We have a nutritional supplement program to help keep your strength and energy up when you're going through your chemotherapy treatment. And we have a lot of emotional support. Our case managers are here to help provide that guidance, to help you navigate your journey, and to offer the encouragement and the support that you need during those difficult days. We've been serving the Kansas City community for more than 60 years, and we really do want to be a part of helping to provide that community support, that place in Kansas City where you can come and get the care that you need that augments the excellent medical care that we have throughout our community. So I hope you celebrate tonight, enjoy the time that you're together virtually, and learn the information that'll be given during the lecture series. It's going to be a great evening, and I hope that if we can be of any help to you personally, for those of you who are currently in cancer treatment, reach out to us. Again, it's Cancer Action. You can go to our website, canceractionkc.org, and it has our contact information there, as well as some information about our services. And so don't hesitate to call us if we can be of any help to you. Enjoy the rest of your evening, ladies. It's been good to be with you tonight.
Thank you so much. Cancer Action is so dear to my heart. Thank you for sharing with that tonight virtually. And it was just as personal and just as caring as if we were right there together. So thank you so much for being a great community resource. And we love that you joined us tonight. I see that Destiny has her pink tie-dye t-shirt on. Thanks for joining us tonight, Destiny, with your pink t-shirt on. Mary Fry, my production assistant, known as my daughter, just brought me my pink cowboy boots. They are here, but I could put my leg over my head and show you that I'm barefooted, but that may not be appropriate. So there you go. Thank you, Cancer Action. Our next community resource person and community partner tonight is from Susan Coleman. And I just talked to her on the phone a few days ago. She's excited to be with us. I've met her just a few minutes ago in the pre-show warm-up sound check, and she sounds great and she looks great. So this is Bria. I'm sorry. Tell me. I knew I would botch it. I told you I'd botch it, and I did.
No issue. My name is Bria.
Bria. Hey, I think I got it right the first time, but not the second.
Did.
You look fantastic. Let us hear from you about what your organization has to offer as a community partner with those that are affected by breast cancer.
Of course. Susan G. Komen is a nationwide organization. You might recognize the name from their More Than Pink walks that they have every year. I am a part of the Kansas and Western Missouri affiliation. And so we're targeting counties in Kansas and Western Missouri, which includes Kansas City, which is where I am from and representing. So this month is a very, very important month. Every month, of course, is important. But specifically, we are focusing on getting back to health and breast cancer action rather than just awareness, actually taking action and what resources that we can provide and helpful information that we can provide for women and people who are dealing with breast cancer. So there are 5 key ways that we are informing people to get back to health and to support the community, the breast cancer community. And that is by scheduling your mammogram, which Susan G. Komen is helping out with that in our Breast Cancer Action Month toolkit that I have linked into the links. And that is such an informative resource and has so much information for people who are going through breast cancer, but also people who are supporting others that are going through breast cancer. And so the information in there is extremely helpful and Number two, we're asking people to register to vote in support of health equity and making resources more available to more people and a more widespread amount of people rather than just select amount of people. Also joining us for the More Than Pink experience, which we can you can register for that through the Komen website. Of course, I just talked about the Breast Cancer Action Month Toolkit, and also investing in the community by donating. Susan G. Komen is a non-for-profit organization, and so donations help to fund the organization and also fund the community in a way, and fund for the mammograms, screenings, and for treatment. So it's very, very important that if people can donate, to donate and support just the community of breast cancer and those who are dealing with breast cancer.
That is such great information. I love that the health equity is a movement that you're working on for people to be able to get out and get the vote in for your health care. That's very important right now. Many years ago when my sister was going through, and this was 20 years ago, it really was much more of the elite got the better care. And we really need to level that. We've come a ways, but we still have a ways to go.
Definitely.
So I'm so glad that you highlighted that. And I'm so glad that you're in Kansas City. And does Susan G. Coleman I'm getting off. Do they do the critical catch at the Chiefs game? Is that you guys that do that?
I am not aware of that, actually.
I know they have a big cancer. The NFL, you said Kansas City, so NFL has a big pink, in October, they wear the pink shoes and all. And then they always have cards and posters that they highlight the people that they're cheering for.
Definitely. There's definitely that support, system that is evident here. So especially, through the Komen organization. So,
right.
Yeah.
And the walk, how many people participate in the walk? That is huge in Kansas City.
It is very huge. I am not aware of the specific number, but it's a very, very, very big turnout. I know every year. I remember years ago when I was younger, doing the walk with my mom, and that was I just remember all the people that were there. So it's very memorable now working with them. That was one of the things that I can remember participating in.
Yeah.
But this year it will be virtual, so you can actually walk where you are.
That's exactly where I was going with the question. Is how is that walk going to look this year? Because I know that's a really big fundraiser and it's a huge event. So it's going to be virtual this year?
It is going to be virtual. It is going to be virtual, and there will be, when you sign up, there will be an application, an app that you can use on your phone to track how much that you walked and how much you fundraise and whatnot whenever you sign up. So yeah.
That's terrific. What a great community partner you are. You are adorable. Can I say that? Not getting into too much.
Yes. No, thank you
so much. You have been so lovely, and an organization that is #1 with breast cancer. And we appreciate you. There's the helpline up, and you have it in the comments too. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It was a pleasure to meet you, and thank you so much for being with us tonight.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. Got a little teary-eyed. I'll do that from time to time. It's okay. That's right. Hey, we have comments coming in. be interactive with us. Shoot us a comment. We've got some more lovely prizes to set up. So, Angie, are you still around?
I am.
There you are. Look how magic you are. You just pop in. My name's Jeannie, but you have the power.
I know. That's working for community programming, I'll tell you.
Oh, and we do want to thank Community Program, Mid-Continent Public Library Programming Department. Thank you so much for providing some prizes and having this all still happening, even virtual. I still feel like we're all together, and that's so nice. What's our prizes now?
think so too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we have some gift cards to give away. And these gift cards, our lucky winners are going to be able to choose what store they'd like to get them from.
Ooh.
So I have Walmart, Target, Bath and Body Works, and Home Goods gift cards. $25 gift cards available. So I went ahead and drew more names from those who have registered for tonight's event. And our winners of our $25 gift cards are Christina Thomas. Yay, Christina! Roxanne McIntosh, Cecilia Gonzalez, and Ardith Deersman. So we are glad that you all are winners. I also need to tell everyone how they can claim their prize. In order to claim your prize, both the t-shirts, these gift cards, and the grand prize, the second place prize and the grand prize that we still have to give away later on this evening, you need to email us. Email us at communityprogramming@mymcpl.org. That email address is going to go into the comments. So you need to email us from the email that you registered for the program at. So you listed an email in your registration. Email us from that email so we know that it's you, and we'll connect you with a team member on our team, and we'll get you your prize.
And that graphic is up. So yay. That's
yay.
Perfect. Thank you so much. That's
all
very
right.
generous. 25.
We still have the grand prize. Don't forget.
Stick around because at the end of the program we have some grand. Do we have two grand prizes?
We have a second place prize and a grand prize at the end of our
place and grand. We love the prizes at the Pink Party. So, well, Angie, thank you for the $25, and I cannot wait for you to see what's next. So
I
hang
can't
on.
wait either.
Stay in a little bit.
Okay.
Watch what's next. This is so
all
exciting.
right.
Okay. Thank you, Angie. I am so thrilled about this next community partner. One of the community resources that I had no idea was in Kansas City until I got the outline about who was going to be here. And lo and behold, this is a raggedy book that I've had for a lot of years. It's Always Something by Gilda Radner. Look at how tattered it is. And there's a picture of she and her husband on the back. Gene Wilder, Willy Wonka, Speedy. So the next community program, the next community partner, is, drumroll please, the Gilda Club of Kansas City. I am so excited for you to be here and tell us about your organization and how you are active in helping cancer victims, not victims, cancer patients, because Gilda would have slapped me.
Yes.
Tell me about your organization.
Yeah, my name is Clara Anderson-Sante, and I'm the program director, and thank you first for having us tonight. So we are usually located at 43rd and Main and have a beautiful clubhouse, but like all of you, right now, we are located here in my home and in all of the program directors' homes. So all of our program has transitioned to Zoom during the pandemic, but we offer a free evidence-based program dedicated to supporting anyone living with any type of cancer, men, women, and their families and children, and have a huge kid support program, lots of educational classes coming up on intimacy and illness, navigating Social Security disability, organizing your affairs, treatment and side effects, lymphedema, etc., as well as a lot of healthy lifestyles. So yoga, meditation, nutrition, kind of anything to kind of feel good with, through, and beyond the cancer experience. So it's actually for any type of cancer impact, including the families. That could be newly diagnosed, in active treatment, and post-treatment, or even in survivorship or end of life and bereavement. So we even hold living with loss classes as well, and do a lot of social as much as we can on Zoom, and also have resource and referral. So if you don't know where to turn, like, we partner with Cancer Action and Komen, so I'm so glad they were a part tonight. And so we kind of help connect you to the community partner if it's a financial need, a housing need, the supply need. If you don't know where to turn, you can go to gildasclubkc.org, and you could also email us at info@gildasclubkc.org. We normally have program in about all of our hospitals that we partner, so we partner with all of them throughout the city. But now that we're on Zoom, if you're anywhere in Missouri, anywhere in Kansas, you're welcome to join us. And you can find our programming online. But we do have a dedicated breast cancer support group, as well as a Spanish-speaking support group, and offer some support to those who are speaking in Spanish. Also, we have a dedicated kid support program that has gone to an at-home activity box. So it partners with videos on our website that are available in English and in Spanish, and then you get an activity kit of the curriculum. But what makes us a little unique is all of our programs are run by licensed mental health professionals, and we offer short-term counseling as well, and it's all free. And all the fundraising we do is really just right here for the local nonprofit that we are, but we are connected to the cancer support community, which started after Gilda in her honor, and it kind of is national or across the nation, but also we're just like locally funded right here in Kansas City, which is really great. But we're so happy to be here. We actually took over of the organization of National Cancer Survivors Day from the Block family. So that's normally held in June, which of course couldn't happen. So we postponed it. It's actually this Sunday, and we have gotten really creative, as everyone has, and it will be a drive-through event from 9 to 11 at our clubhouse. So that's 21 West 43rd Street. You can go on our website and register, but you can get a cancer education bag that has 40, 50 nonprofits and handouts around the cancer experience, as well as a lot of good swag from our hospital partners and goodies. Yay. And then an anniversary t-shirt. So we really wanted to do the event. Yeah, and keep it available for everyone. But we're, don't want to be the best kept secret. So happy to be involved tonight and just provide free cancer support and education.
Clara, I'm so thrilled. Did I get your name right? Clara, yes. Clara, I'm thrilled that you were with us. This has opened my eyes to another resource in town.
Yeah.
And Gilda was one of my favorite people. Rosanna, Dana, one of my favorites, yes. Because cancer is not a laughing matter, but it matters to laugh.
Exactly.
And we have to have those resources, and we have to have the information. It's so important to have that support, but to fold that over with laughter is only life-saving. So that's so awesome. What a great organization.
Yeah, and our vision is just so that no one faces cancer alone. So we're free and available to anyone who has any sort of cancer impact.
That's awesome, for any kind of cancer. Absolutely. And that's why we make great partners, because the Pink Party at MCPL, we don't want anybody to be alone. We don't want you to go through this alone. Right now, so many people are feeling alone. It's nice to highlight the Gilda chapter in Kansas City, because don't be alone. Reach out. Don't be alone. We're here. Yeah. We're going to connect you with those places that can help you. And thank you so much. Any closing comments?
No, just thank you so much for having me, and I hope everyone takes good care.
You have covered it so grandly. I'm so proud to have you with us tonight. You truly were one of my most excited. I went downstairs into my library and said, Gilda book, I got to get my Gilda book. Oh my God.
It's always something.
It's always something, is right. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And you stay well. And thank you for being such a great community partner and for joining us tonight. Bye-bye. Wasn't that terrific? Do you remember Rosanna, Dana? Yeah. And the Coneheads? I'm dating myself, aren't I? Yeah, I am. So that was really fun. I learned a lot. Did you learn anything? Comment back to me. Did you learn anything? Did you even know that that was there? I did not. I'm just so happy about that organization and what they can offer for us. Dolores is watching. Thanks, Dolores, for watching. We're glad you're here tonight. You have so many options for screen time, and Mid-Continent is thrilled that you're with us tonight. So hang on with us. We've got some more fun things, and the grand prize is at the end, and we haven't even gotten to our keynote speaker yet, who is going to crack you up. Truly, truly, truly. So let's see, Angie, are you around?
I am here.
Hey, what's up? How are we doing on time?
We are a teeny bit behind, but I think we're about ready for our keynote speaker. How do you feel?
I'm doing good. How do you feel?
I feel great. I'm so excited.
Me too. I'm so excited that we could all still be together. All right, you got some prizes for us?
Well, we are going to give away our last 2 prizes at the end of tonight, but I will remind.
You have to remind people.
I'll remind people. There it is. There it is. To check out our event page at mymcpl.org/pinkparty. And if you need to email us to claim your prize, go ahead and do that at communityprogramming@mymcpl.org. So
very good. And the grand prize winners have to be in the Kansas City area. Is that correct?
It is a gift certificate in the Kansas City area. Do you want me to talk a little bit about that for just a minute?
Yes, sure.
All right. Our grand prize tonight is a gift certificate to the Comedy Club of Kansas City. So I want to thank them. Jazz and her team there at the Comedy Club of Kansas City helped us out and let us include everything you need to have to enjoy your evening there at the Comedy Club in our prize. So it won't cost our winner a thing. It shouldn't anyway. It is for a show for 2 and dinner for 2. Anytime. It does not expire. So it's an exciting prize. So I can even show you maybe.
That's awesome. Oh, yay. Look at the gift voucher.
There we go.
Gift voucher.
So exciting. So we'll give that away at the end of our evening.
Comment again. She said that her son was hoping that the grand prize would actually be a pink flamingo.
A pet flamingo. That would be awesome.
We need to work on that for next year.
Yes, next year. I'll investigate.
Okay.
The flamingo.
Thank you so much, Angie, and thank you so much to our vendors.
Absolutely.
Our community program or our community resources.
They were great.
Weren't they fantastic? They were so good. I learned a lot from them.
Me too.
And what great resources we have in Kansas City. So I am going to surprise everybody with our keynote speaker. How about that? I guess it's not a surprise. It's been on for a while, but I get the privilege and the pleasure of introducing Diana Jordan. She is, hey, Diana, what's up?
Hey, I didn't know I was coming on already.
I didn't know you were either.
Me and
oh, you're talking.
No,
I hope that
this is Diana. Yeah,
there you go, Diana. So let me talk about you while you're there. That's fine. Hello, welcome, welcome. She is an acclaimed stand-up comedian. She's a very different kind of speaker. And when you hear her talk, you'll understand why I say that. Among her many accomplishments is the grandest, in my opinion. She is an 11-year breast cancer survivor.
Yay!
Speaks straight from the heart and straight from experience.
Straight from the breast.
Straight from the breast, exactly. It was the application of humor to her life circumstance that moved her to want to share the gift she has of humor through motivational speaking and sharing her journey of hope and humor. Diana credits her courage, her sense of humor, and to find the funny to help her get through the tough times. And of course, her insurance company.
For sure.
Who knows Oprah? Oprah thinks that Diana is one of the funniest people on the planet, and Dr. Oz is a big fan too. She's not only a dynamic and favorite speaker to cancer groups across the country, how about that? She's also written a book. Oh, my heart be still. The book is a wife's instruction book, Your Survival Guide to a Marriage Without Bloodshed. I'm almost on to 40 years of marriage, so yeah.
And he's still alive.
And we're both still lovely and happy and wonderful. Yeah.
Great.
But Diana herself was in the movie Jerry Maguire. She actually was in the group when Tom Cruise confessed to his love, "You complete me." She was there firsthand to see that. Oh my goodness, how exciting was that? She's very entertaining and she's informational and she's inspirational. Diana Jordan, welcome.
Thank
Show me the
you.
title. No, wait a minute. Show me the money.
Show me the money. Show me the money. And that you had me at hello. I was there
Yes,
for the you had me at hello. Yeah. And this is Gidget. This is my child,
Hi, baby.
Gidget.
Oh,
Hi. She's the show stealer. Yes, she has. Okay, you go play.
I am on the edge of my seat. I'm ready to listen to every word. We're ready.
Well, I want everybody. Well, Jean, come back. I want you to help me with something, if you would.
Okay.
Okay. Because when I do my in-person presentations, okay, I always start with the laughter club because I'm a laughter therapist as well as being a stand-up comedian for 25 years. And motivational speaker for 10 years. And everybody loves this. So I want everybody at home to do this. Okay. This is fun. This will just really get your blood going. And I want everybody first to say, and Jean, so you're going to do it with me. Okay.
I'm with you, baby. I'm
okay. So we're going to say, ha, 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 ho, ho, ho. What? No.
Okay. I'll wait.
Wait till I'm done. Ha, ha, ha. Ho, 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 he.
Ha, 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 ho, 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 he.
Did you all notice that Jean had a little problem remembering that? Okay, let's try it again. Okay. Now, Jean, you don't have to act it out. This is not a movie audition. Okay. So now you're going to do it a little bit faster. Okay. Okay. Ha, 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 ho, 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 he. Now you can do it with me, okay? Ha, 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 ho, 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 he. Okay, now we're gonna add hand clapping. Now, everybody at home, you got to add your hands clapping. Yes, we're gonna clap our hands as we say, ha, 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 ho, 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 he. Okay. Okay, Jean, you want to write that down? Ha, 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 ho.
Okay. Give me a second.
Get your daughter to print it real big for you.
Help.
Okay. All right, here we go. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ho. He. Jean. Oh my God. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, now we're going to do it again, but we're going to do it faster. Okay, just follow me. Everybody at home, this is not just for Jean, this is for you. In fact, it isn't even for Jean at all. Okay, ready? This is for everybody at home. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ho. He. Come on. Just keep going. And we're going to get faster and faster and faster and faster. What's wrong? Do you need oxygen? Do you need like some...
I'm laughing too hard.
You need a ventilator? Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ho. He. Ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ho. He. Ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ho. He. Ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, he. All right, now throw your arms in the air and say, I'm the happiest person in the world.
The happiest person in the world.
I'm the healthiest person in the world.
I'm the happiest person in the world.
And I love to laugh.
I love to laugh.
All right, give yourselves a round of applause. Okay, Jean.
All right.
Jean, you can go. Everybody else, you're going to stay. because it's there's just nothing in the world better than laughter. I know. I think Gene and I ought to have a comedy routine. I actually, it's funny that you guys are there in Independence, because I grew up in Oklahoma, and you have. I think you have a state motto. We have a state motto. Aren't you the me state? Isn't that right? I think it's the me state. And of course, now I moved to California like 30 years ago, which is I call the it's all about me state. And, but in Oklahoma, we have our state slogan, Oklahoma. Now, you guys know this. You've seen it on the license plates forever. Oklahoma is okay, right? Not great, not fabulous, not unbelievable. And it's kind of hard, seriously, growing up somewhere where that's all you hear. Even the state song. Okay, who knows the state song? Okay, Oklahoma is, okay, you're doing, yeah, you're going to all say okay, right? No, you're doing fine. Not great, not fabulous, not unbelievable, just fine. So it took a lot for me to, get up, get myself, get my encouragement, have my dreams. Dreams are so very, very important in life. And going into comedy was kind of a natural thing for me, because I think everybody in my family, a lot of people in my family were funny. My dad was a used car salesman. That should tell you something right there. And it's like, my dad wasn't the life of the party. My dad was the party. So we had a lot of humor growing up, but we had a lot of different things like most people. And I was the middle child, which explains perfectly why I am a comedian, because that's the child always going, wait, what about me? Me, what about me? Because you got the baby. And then you've got, so I have a sister that is 10 years younger than me. And obviously somebody had a little bit too much wine that night. I don't know. But I love my sister, but my sister and I, were born a generation apart. And she got married when she was 25, and I didn't. And she married very well, I might say. And she's always telling me that I need to get married, and I was married once. And I am now, I don't like to call myself divorced. I like to call myself recycled, politically correct. And I have been engaged, though. I talked about this when I was on Oprah's show, that I've been engaged 5 times. Yes, 5. And I finally figured out that I like the word fiance because it sounds so much like finance me. Has anybody ever noticed that? And I don't have any children myself. And I think that's because I have been to Chuck E. Cheese, which I think is probably the best form of birth control in the world. It's like I went in there for a pizza and I came out with a hysterectomy. Just the noise factor in Chuck E. Cheese, that will do it for you right there. But my sister thinks I need to get married again. And, she takes me out to dinner, on my birthday, and she gives me a present, and I open up this present, and it's perfume, which is great, very nice perfume. And then she says to me, that's not perfume. That's to help you get a husband. And I'm like confused, how is this going to help me get a husband? And she said, because it's pheromones. It's that scent that animals give off when they get kind of frisky. They get frisky, okay? And then she sprayed it on me. And you guys, it's like, this is one of the things I want to talk about tonight, is that there are so many funny things that happen in life, and we have to pay attention to those, because that's what keeps us healthy. That's what keeps us motivated. And so she sprays this pheromone on me, and honestly, it smelled like squirrel urine is what it smelled like. And I get home, get out of my car, 44 squirrels are chasing me down the street, and not one of them had a job or wanted to get married, for that matter. So, it's finding the funny in life. It's so very, very important. And I love being a laughter therapist. I love talking to people about laughter and the health benefits. People don't realize, they're using laughter in a lot of hospitals now for pain management. They use it for depression. It massages your heart. It's like internal jogging, lowers your blood pressure. Norman Cousins wrote a great book about the anatomy of an illness. And he actually claimed that he cured himself of cancer by watching funny movies, reading funny books, keeping himself laughing, keeping himself amused, because it releases endorphins. And we all know what endorphins are. We all want endorphins. Unfortunately, you cannot buy endorphins legally anyway. And I remember I was working in a small town in the South, way down in the South, and Mobile. And this woman comes up to me after I had spoken, and she said, Diane, I agree with everything you talked about, but I don't understand why laughter releases dolphins. And I said, yes, and sardines too. And you just have to pay attention to what goes on in life. There's so many funny things, And now we're going through this pandemic. I mean, we need to call it a happy-demic. We need to just change that, and change our whole attitude, because it's all about, so much in life is about how you look at it, how you interpret it. Can you choose to be happy? I believe you can. You can make a choice, because there are things that happen, like, for example, getting cancer. Okay? There is nothing you can do about it when it happens to you or someone you love. It's just, of course, the most shocking thing in the world. And everyone always says, why me? Why did this happen to me? What did I do? And there's so much emotional things that are attached to it. Like I had a friend say to me a few years ago, oh, you had that cancer thing. Oh, you're done. It's over. You're never going to get it. And I didn't say anything, but I wanted to say, I think about it. I think about it. And, I don't want to say I worry about it, but it's there once you have it. And sometimes I think, actually, I'm working on a new book called Cancer Etiquette for Dummies, honestly, because people never know what to say to somebody. And those of you out there that have cancer now, or have had it, or a loved one or a friend that have had it, when people come up to you and they say things, you get that look, like one side of their hair is too heavy, oh, I'm so sorry. I just always say to people, hey, it's what happened. That's what happened to me. But the absolutely, I think, funniest thing that anyone ever said to me was, I was living in this beautiful apartment, beautiful gated community by the ocean, and we had guards, you know. Well, they like to think they were guards. You know, they were the gate opener. That's what basically they did. You know, someone came up to the gate, told them who they were coming to see, and they let them in. And so this one guard, kind of young guy, and he wore thongs and not on his feet. And he came up to me a couple of days after I'd had my mastectomy. I was outside walking, and he comes up to me and he says, you know, Diane, I'm really sorry about what happened to you. You know, my aunt had a vasectomy. A vasectomy. That's what he said. You just can't make things like that up. I mean, that's, to me, what makes life so exciting. It's just waiting for someone to say something like that, right? And I wanted to say, no, that's not the right word. But then again, I thought, if I don't tell him, he will go and he'll say that again to somebody else and they'll get a big laugh. So I'm not going to say anything, right? So what I said to him was, I said, well, gosh, thank you for, you know, saying that. And that must have really hurt. So that is one of my favorite stories. Oh, somebody just emailed the show me state. Yes, I meant the show me state instead of the me state, show me state. I meant that. And no, I didn't. I forgot. If Jean can forget, so can I. So, you know, I do so many cancer events because cancer has been, excuse me. So, you know, you can't cough today. You cough anywhere, people have a fit. And I have allergies, and I also get a dry throat, so I've got to have some water. Cheers. But if I'm ever around anybody and they're not wearing a mask, and I have a mask on, of course, I just start coughing. It's always fun, just to, you know, because things are different. You know, if you don't wear a mask, you all know you have to wear a mask. I mean, especially if that's what I don't understand about people that don't wear a mask is, like, where I live, I know 4 people that have cancer right now. Okay. And 3 of them are women, and they have breast cancer. A woman, her daughter, and then another older woman. Second time for her, stage 4. And I just, you know, I get so aggravated, and there can be a lot of anger associated with cancer and having cancer. But when I see people that don't show any more respect for people by wearing a mask, you know, it's just, it's not always about you. You know, we all know that. It's not always about you. It is about that other person. And I think about that, and I think, gosh, what if that person was in the elevator? One of the people that's on chemotherapy right now, and somebody got on that elevator and they didn't have a mask on, and they were, you know, positive and didn't know it. So it's just something we have to do. We have to do it. I just always say, just stand up, be strong, and let's wear a mask. But this quarantine thing, now all of us, you know, we're going to everybody has learned how to bake, I think, right? Banana nut bread was really big in the beginning. Then there was, let's see, what was it? Fakaka bread, which I really don't know what that is, but it doesn't sound very good. And everybody's either going to have, you know, going to be fat or have a drinking problem after this thing is over. because where do we go? Where do we go? What's your hobby? The refrigerator. That's what we need to social distance from, is the refrigerator. I catch myself, I go, okay, I have worn out the carpet, seriously, from my bedroom and my living room to the kitchen to the refrigerator. In fact, I've now decided that I need a new refrigerator. I probably don't need a new refrigerator, but I think I do, because I've already burned out a bulb, and you know how long a bulb lasts in a refrigerator. So like she was saying earlier, eating and your diet and exercise are so important in cancer prevention. They've found a lot of women that have breast cancer have a deficiency in iodine. I take iodine every day, because in Oklahoma, and I'm not sure, but I think in your part of the country too, there's a lot of states where there's no iodine in the water. So you have to have, and then a lot of people, they go, well, I don't want to eat the salt. Well, the salt is iodized, i.e. iodine. We need iodine. We need D3. You need to take 1,000 units a day of D3. I also, prevention-wise, people always ask me, it's now November 3rd, 11 years for me. And I can't believe it. I can't believe it's 11 years. I praise God every day, 11 years. But I'm very careful. I watch my weight. I watch what I eat. I cook most of my food. Not really well, but I cook it, but I wash it. I wash my food. I bought a salad spinner. I'm so good at that. And just prevention, being very careful like that is very important. And I remember when I got diagnosed, it was just, a routine mammogram, but I have to admit, I'm very proactive with my health. And as a matter of, some people would call me a hypochondriac. And recently I did get my prostate checked, so it's good. Everything is good there. So I just had a routine mammogram, and, you get that phone call, and it's like, what are you talking about? You like go into the twilight zone, and they do more tests, and then they tell you, we need to do a lumpectomy or a mastectomy. And I had such a great doctor. He said to me, I can make your breast bigger if we do a mastectomy. And I'm not saying I had small breasts. I did not. I had pretty good sized breasts, but I still was single. Was divorced, and my doctor, I just thought that was so great that he he's looking out for me. And he says, I can make you bigger. And I said, well, let me think about it. So I thought about it for about 2 seconds. And I said, okay, well, and he goes, well, how big do you want to go? And I said, well, let me put it this way. When I fly, I want to be the flotation device. He totally understood what I was talking about. And I am the flotation device now, and I get a discount. So anyway, we had to schedule the mastectomy. Of course, they wanted to do it pretty much right away. But like a lot of people, I think probably most women, when they find out and they get their diagnosis, the first thing you say is, I just don't have time for this. I don't have time for this. And I'm like, I have to work. I had health insurance, but it was not going to cover everything. And of course, I had to decide that I wanted a doctor that wasn't in my network, because I really liked him. This is so very, very important, is find a doctor that you like. You have to have doctors that you like, your doctor and your surgeon. And anyway, I had to work. I had to continue to work, to go on the road without knowing that I had cancer, and never told anybody, not, just kept working. And then, Jean made me think of this when she was talking about her sister, which she had a wig and she bent over and at the stove and caught the bangs on fire. Well, I had a heating pad one night after the mastectomy, and because I was in LA, and it was cold, it was like 67. And I had it on for like comfort, I had it on my stomach. And when you get a mastectomy, you don't have any feeling in the breast. Because they clip the nerves, you don't have any feeling. And anyway, the next morning I wake up and I see these like huge bubbles like around my nipple on my breast. And I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? Oh my God, what's going on? So I call up my doctor. And if any of you there are physicians, you will appreciate this. I tell him, I go, something is wrong. I think I have an infection. I don't know what happened. And the first thing he says to me is, he says, what did you do to my breast? His breast. Because to them, those become their work of art, whatever. Anyway, I go in there and to his office, and it turned out that the edge of the heating pad had come up on the side of my breast and burned it. And I didn't feel it because the nerves had been cut. So we had to go through this whole thing again. Everything, the whole implant had to be taken out. I had to have was called a wound vac, which was a machine that goes on and it makes a noise. It sounded like, I bought one of these. It sounded like every time, every 15 minutes, that's what it sounded like. And when I was on a plane, I would have to tell somebody who was ever sitting next to me, I would have to say, hey, this is not me. It's a machine making this kind of noise. But eventually, all of that got worked out. But that was so that made my whole experience last over 2 years, which was, was a lot. But I never lost my sense of humor during that. I never lost my sense of humor. And during my mastectomy, this was really great. During my breast cancer, I started menopause. And I was like, only I would start menopause and have a mastectomy at the same time. And I remember the way I found out, and every woman, it's almost like, oh my gosh, I don't know what's worse. I go to my doctor in my OBGYN, which have you ever noticed that sounds like a character from Star Wars? That's, OBGYN. And my doctor was Dr. Wong. And Dr. Wong had a very, very, very thick Asian accent. And I asked him if I could talk about him in my shows. And he said, yes, that's fine. Or he said, yes, you're fine. But I had trouble understanding him a lot. Because I go in there and I say, I think I'm losing my mind. I'm hot. I'm mad. Everything in the world sucks, right? And I go in there and I said, Dr. Wong, what is wrong with me? And he examines me, and he says, oh, You in a mini paw. I said, I'm in whose paw? And he said, you in a mini paw. You know, sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Well, that was about the understatement of the year. And then I asked him, I said, well, does this mean that I can't have any children? Because I didn't have any children, but I was okay with that. He says to me, oh, no children for you. Your egg are old. My egg are old? Your egg are old. You old egg a woman. He says that to me. And so I did not have any children. And I am a woman with the old egg. Here we go. Old egg, menopause, mastectomy. But I never lost my sense of humor. And that is like just the message that I want everyone to understand, how healthy it is, how really, really brutal anger and fear and things like that are in our lives. We have to try to find the funny in life. There is so many things to be grateful for, so many things that are funny. And I think that, I want to bring a special guest up. And one thing that I do like about, for example, FaceTime or Zoom, now if somebody calls you, you have to get one of these, and you don't have your makeup on, take a picture of yourself, okay, and put it on some of this board, right? And somebody calls you, just go, hi. And then just talk, because then you always look, they think that's how you look all the time. I got this at the dollar store, my very favorite store, which my favorite thing in the world to do is to go into the dollar store and pick up something and say, how much is this? You will watch them freak out. And because there's nothing, nobody spends $1 at the dollar store, right? Nobody spends $1. You go in the dollar store, you're buying everything in there. You're buying those Mother of Guadalupe memorial candles because they're $1. And we all want a deal. But I want to bring on a special guest, and I'm going to read some from her intro. And there she is.
Hello.
Hello. Let me have another sip of water. It's so hot.
Okay, I'll have a sip with you.
Have a sip with me. Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers. This actually is my niece, Towery Jordan Bernard. And she also has experience with breast cancer. Not herself, but I thought it was important because I've done so many Susan G. Komen, which I think is so great, the gal that was talking about that earlier. So many Susan G. Komen, so many breast cancer events, that it's not just the person that has the breast cancer that is affected.
Right.
It is also the family, the friends, the people that love that person. And, as I got to thinking about this event, I thought, I think it's good to hear from, that perspective for a change. And I want to say a little bit about my niece that I am very proud of, and I hardly ever get to see. She's also a native Oklahoman like me, who graduated from the University of Oklahoma with a BA in business and communications. So she's very smart.
We can communicate.
She can communicate.
We can communicate.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
And worked in higher education for over a decade. What is higher education? What does that mean?
College.
Oh, okay. Oh,
After high school, secondary. Yeah,
okay, I know.
higher
I
education.
went 1 year. I went 1 year to college, and I said I want to be in show business, and I left. So.
It's challenging.
What?
College.
That's why I left.
Perseverance.
Perseverance. That's right. Well, you do have to say I have that. And what I like is several years ago, Towery combined her work and her special personal passions and parenting experiences to pursue a writing and producing a children's DVD and book titled Zugio and the Sunshine Kids, which are tools encouraging children to lead a healthy lifestyle, which is so very important, right? And she has a fabulous husband, and she has 2 daughters that I have to show their picture. Hold on. Look at these 2.
Oh, they look so innocent.
Yeah, I know. I have been around them. They are not innocent. Okay. But they look it. And she is also a member of the Cottonwood Creek Church for 8 years, where she's enjoyed volunteering in children's ministry and teaching God's word in the women's ministry. You can tell we're from Oklahoma. And you can count on Towery always for being transparent with a pop of cheer. It's her heart's desire is to be a cheerleader for people, urging them on in truth and love. And, quote, let us consider how we may spur one another on towards love and good deeds. And that is from the Bible, my friends. Hebrews 10:24.
Oh, awesome.
So now, tell everyone about your experience with breast cancer.
Okay, well, first off, thank you so much for allowing me the opportunity for bringing me in for just a minute. So I can share my side as being a daughter to a mother who fought breast cancer, because I feel like Aunt Diane said, it's a fight, it's a battle, and everybody needs to be on board to support that patient. So thanks for having me here. I'll just jump right in. So when I was 32, my mom at that time was diagnosed with stage 1 breast cancer. And so I had not dealt with breast cancer or any cancers at that time period. And so like Aunt Dee said, I'm very transparent. I was so sad. Fear set in, but I also had some worries about, well, am I next? Is this genetic? How did she get it? What's going on? Why?
Now,
Why
at that time, I had not been diagnosed at this time.
Right. Yes.
So you didn't know that you had another relative.
Yes. I think just, you automatically think, okay, we have the same DNA. We live in the same environment. I'm a woman. Those thoughts were all just racing through my head. I'm a mother. I have a daughter now. Is she going to get it? Maybe a little analytical is the way I think. But, I'm being honest. Those were the first thoughts and more emotions that came to my mind. So I do feel as though it was a good diagnosis. It was in her milk duct, so it had not spread. Obviously, stage 1. They did encourage her to have a lumpectomy, but she really wanted to go on the precautious side, so she decided to have a double mastectomy. So you're almost really thinking, all right, we're having a double, like.
That's it. We're getting
That's it.
That's it.
So
we're getting it. It's
she
good.
had a few surgeries. Those went well. My mother and father were married at the time. I have an older brother, so living in Oklahoma, we just all rallied around her and loved her through that. So let's jump forward 5 years. My husband and I and my daughter, we took a big leap of faith and we moved to McKinney, Texas. So some of you are probably like, where's McKinney? So it's actually 30 minutes north of Dallas. So I could say Dallas, but It's not Dallas, it's McKinney. We had moved for my husband's job. I worked in higher ed, like Aunt Diane said, lots of hours. And so I was looking forward. I was actually enjoying a little bit of downtime with my daughter, who was 4 at the time. And we just bought a house, and that phrase you hear now, we were just trying to live our best life. I would receive a phone call out of the blue. I can remember power walking, I'd actually finally had time to work out. And it was my mother, and she just delivered some really shocking news. She told me that my parents of 43 years, okay? So at the time, it's more years than I've been on this earth, that they were going to separate. And, I love my mom. I love my dad. I'm close with both of them. And it really sent me into a tailspin. Lots of tears, lots of tears, lots of tears. At this point, I'm 37, so I can still cry, right? And literally the next week, my mother called me again, and we talked all the time, so it wasn't out of the blue that, oh, my mom's calling me again. And pick up the phone. Hey, Mom, I think I was working out again. I was really on a roll. And she delivered really just devastating, shocking, jaw-dropping news to me. She said, well, the cancer came back, because at this point she had been in remission for 5 years. So she got her first diagnosis at 53, and now she's, I think that's or 58. Now she's 63. Sorry, my Oklahoma
But she
math.
did not. But it was also estrogen driven. But they did not recommend any type of treatment to her.
No.
Which I still find, I that's confusing to me.
Yeah, I think just,
Yeah.
to each their own. So I think at that point, I'll just have to say it, just fear really overtook my life. Not for
Well,
long.
I know you, and I know you too, and I know your dad, because of course he was my brother, and how incredibly close you and your mom and you and your dad were. It's just the double whammy of, my parents breaking up, our family breaking up, and now again, now my mom has cancer again. And so your dad had moved out.
Yes, so they had separated, not divorced,
Right.
Okay, because we're going to work this out. That's what
Right.
that's what I had in my mind. So I think that, yes, so the separation had come, the news of the cancer had come, and then I think what is on everyone's mind, are they going to get back together? And so
Right, and he'll help her through this, and this will be
yes.
great. Right.
And so that was something,
But she made, and I have to say this because I just thought of this, that I think it was a very brave choice that she made.
Yes, she was highly encouraged. And so I say that, I am a daddy's girl. My daddy went to be with the Lord 2 years ago. But I did understand from research that I had done when my mom first got cancer. I'm kind of a research girl. You really need to be in a stress-free environment. So I didn't, the question has come too, well, didn't you want your parents to get back together? Well, I wanted them both to be happy. And,
right.
The toxicity that the relationship had, my mother was extremely stressed out. And you hear that stress can cause all types of different diseases. She was unhealthy. She was not eating healthy. She was not working out. I feel like she was, as our counselor says, like, there was no joy in her cup. Her cup had no joy in it. It was pretty much empty. So we decided, really, just remember driving with my mom and just encouraging her and going, no, you've got this. The Lord's on our side, and she has extremely amazing friends. And so at that point, we decided that she was going to stay in her home, and she was going to receive her treatments that the doctors decided upon for her, and we were going to fight. We were going to put on pink boxing gloves on. I remember someone gave my mom those. I don't know if they still make them, but their pink boxing gloves keychain, because really it is a fight.
It is a
It's a
fight.
fight, but we're not alone.
No.
And the battle, we have to
But
fight.
you
the battle
begin, the whole thing is so all of us are, those that have us and those in our families are just so saturated with fear, and then your fear has to turn, into hope. And then you have to choose, like we always talk about, choosing to be happy, choosing to find the funny, choosing to, because these are things that are healing.
Mm-hmm.
And, I know that you made that decision to do that too. And that's how
Right.
everybody that has a mom or sister or whatever, in their family, it's okay to be afraid. It's okay to, but you have to have hope, and you have to have something to believe in, something to hang on to.
Right. And, I think too, as it's apparent, I'm a Christian, fear does not come from the Lord. Fear comes from the enemy. So I've learned that you take those negative thoughts, because they enter all the time, and you take them captive and you just throw them down, and you enter, you think on positive things, on scripture, if that helps you. And that's what we did for my mother. So my mother was in a unique situation in that she was facing her own mortality, but she was also really starting, I don't know if she was even starting to cope with the death of a 43-year relationship.
Yeah,
So
that was
I feel
all
like she got a double whammy. And as the family, we all felt that. And my father felt that too. He, she needed to be in a stress-free environment. She needed to have caretakers. He wasn't that type of man, bless his heart. And she needed, we wrote scripture, we wrote positive affirmations and taped them all over her house. I
did that. It looks like a circus. It starts to look like a circus in there, right?
She still has one on her mirror, and she had to do 8 chemo treatments,
But she is now cancer free.
She just had her 70th birthday. Yay! And she is cancer free. So she's on the 7th year. Yes.
She's on her 7th year. I'm on my 11th year. And I think Jean may have a couple of questions for you till we start to wrap everything up, if she's still here.
Hey, of course I'm here.
Fall asleep out there.
Yes.
Hey.
Guys, we are warrior buddies. My mom and my sister both had breast cancer. I understand the family dynamics. As a matter of fact, on my table tonight, I was going to put a picture of my father because mommy and daddy had been married forever. I think they're both in heaven. He couldn't even tell her the diagnosis. He said, I'm going to go get the medicine that she needs right now. While I'm gone, if she wakes up, would you please tell her? How did your mom get that news of her diagnosis? Did it come straight from the doctor? Were you involved in that? Because that is a really, really difficult process for the family to come to terms and come together to come to grips with that diagnosis.
Right. Yes.
Especially a second time.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Especially a second time. That's
right. Unfortunately, the first time we were all together as a family, I do remember being together at my parents' house in a family and talking about it. The second time, unfortunately, I was in Texas, and so it was literally a phone call. And I think the second time she said it, we really didn't know the stage because hers was almost 4. But it was when we were all as a family after that surgery. They went in to remove the cancer, and they also removed some lymph nodes. And so the doctor comes out and he's like, well, it's in 7 of her lymph nodes out of the 10. And so I remember again, it was like a death sentence. And so, but I'm so thankful that we were there together as a family for that news, because, you know, we all just really, I guess, gleaned off each other's love and support. And we, like, one of y'all said it, we decided, hey, we're going to put our bootstrap big girl panties on.
Big girl panties
Big
on.
guy panties
That's
on.
right.
And okay, what's the diagnosis? What's the treatment plan? Let's do
Right.
this.
Yeah,
And
you know,
because I do
even
want to
though
emphasize, you can't stay in that fear. You can't stay there.
Right.
And you know, I love your mother like a sister. So for me and my sister, it was so devastating for us. And I just want people to understand that also there's guilt that comes along with the person that has the cancer. That says, oh my gosh, I'm making my daughter sad. Oh, I'm making my husband. Oh, my sister is unhappy because and that's something that, you know, I'm not going to say the victim, because I don't ever consider myself a victim, has to deal with is it's not our fault. Everyone has to deal with it themselves. But I do like to be able to acknowledge the people that love the person,
Right.
that you are important to, and you are so very important to us as
I
well.
call those people my balcony people.
Oh
The
yeah,
people that
I like that. Yeah.
may not even be in your arena, on the floor, on the ground level with you in the game, but they're in the balcony
They're there.
cheering you on.
Right.
And as a family, if you're not in the same city or you're not close, you become those balcony people to those
Yeah.
relatives.
And
There's
that's
a lot that
important.
you can do from
And
a
it's important,
distance.
and it's important to not treat the person that has the disease like a Fabergé egg
Yes.
all the time. Be
Mhm.
funny, be silly. Say, hey, let's go see a funny movie. Hey, let's go do this. Hey, let's, you know, keep the endorphins going.
Yeah. My sister was one of the first people in Kansas City to have her breast reconstructed out of her stomach fat. So
Yeah.
she had beautiful, beautiful breast, gorgeous. So the first thing that she asked the doctor pre-surgery, post-surgery, he said, oh, it looks really good. Are you doing okay? And she kept her sense of humor because she's my sister. We laugh a lot. We did. But she asked the doctor, because I have this breast tissue from my stomach now made into this beautiful breast, when I get hungry, will my breast growl?
Yeah.
That's
So,
great.
like
That's
you
funny.
said, you just really have to, there are moments that you have to treat them tender, but there are also times that you just have to throw your hands in the air and just laugh and say, okay, that's just really the way it's going to have to be right now.
Yeah.
So I do appreciate the fact that you brought in the element of what the family goes through, because that's really important. You can feel helpless. You can feel hopeless when you're not the person. When my sister received her diagnosis, my mom said, I did that to her.
Oh.
And I said, wait a minute. Do you think that your mom gave it to you? And she said, oh, no, I never thought that. And I said, see, there you go.
Now, see, on my side of the family, now, Towery's mom's aunt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your aunt, her mom's aunt had breast cancer. So, you know, everybody sits around and goes, okay, how did I get this? How did that, this happen? Everybody does that. It's a natural thing to do. And in my case, there was my mother didn't have it. There was nothing. except this is an interesting story. My dad passed away from stomach and colon cancer.
Mhm.
Now, my dad was poisoned during the Korean War and was in the VA hospital for 2 years. So when he got this, when he was only like, 55, something like that. And that was like 40 years ago or something, like 40 years at least. And it was like, you'd never met anybody that had cancer. You didn't know, you just didn't know.
Right.
And so we still don't know, was that genetic, which I'm like a doctor with this stuff now. And I think Towery's the same. I read everything I know so much about coronavirus because I've read so much about cancer, and then my brother, God bless his soul, my niece's dad, a couple of years ago, passed away with lung cancer, but now he was a smoker. So, you sit around and you go, okay, well, was he genetic? Would that be genetic? Or no, he smoked. So if you smoke for 50 years, something like that, then that's more than likely what caused, then what caused that, So it's still everybody kind of in every family, unless for sure you have someone that is a direct link, you're not sure,
Right.
am I going to get, because like my little sister, she's scared to death that she's going to get it. And I go, it doesn't mean that that's going to happen to you, because to me, I just say it happened. That's just one of those things that it just happened.
Right. Doesn't matter.
Well, you talked about a cup of joy, and I just happened to have, that was one of the lessons from my sister. My sister, when I would go to her house, I worked for Visiting Nurses Association at that time, traveled around the greater Kansas City area taking care of people. And I would stop at her house and we would have lunch or a quick cup of coffee. She never served me coffee out of a mug, never out of anything except for
Oh.
My mom used to collect cups like that.
So she would say, we're not saving the china. We are going to use it. And we did.
That.
It would just be me and her, and she would pull out the china, make a pot of coffee. We'd have coffee, I'd have lunch, and then I'd go to my next patient's house. But when you said that, I had it sitting right here. Amazingly.
Oh, I love that.
It sit right here.
Yeah.
But everybody out there, find your cup of joy.
Every time I see
your cup of joy.
Yeah. It's again, science has found so much on how healing, laughter, positive attitude, this type of thing, on how important that it is. And I think that we're supposed to mention something about that also tonight. This is going to be available, or it is available now on Facebook.
Right. We're watching on Facebook and on the YouTube channel too. There's a Mid-Continent Public Library YouTube channel. And if I'm not mistaken, Gennard, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's going to be on that YouTube station as well, but I'm not sure. That's, but anyway, you are quickly becoming my bestest girlfriends. You know that, right?
Oh, I know. You're with us too. I know. You wrote me a joke, and that was good. Yeah. Well, this is always such a fun event to do. I mean, and many, many times I've had to do these across the country. It'll be available on YouTube in about a week.
I'm missing my chat. I'm sorry.
Is you'll have survivors get up there, or a family of a survivor, and everyone is crying, and then they say, okay, now how about a little comedy, and I'm like, I'm in the back crying, and I'm like, oh my God. And then that's when, I have to go, okay, here's where this 25, 30 years experience comes in. You got to get up, you got to get with it, you got to bring it, right?
And that's true. I love that you said that this was a happy-demic, not a pandemic, because that is how I am so lonely for my family.
Yeah.
We don't get together. I have a huge family. I'm the last 7 kids. I missed having them over.
Wow.
But right now we're not alone. I'm so glad that we can all be together. The Pink Party really is a really tight community. We can be out amongst the people, and a woman will come up to me and hug me out of the blue and says, "You are the Pink Lady." And I'm like, yeah.
Oh, I
So
like that.
you guys are now members of that community.
Yay! I got to get a shirt. I love
Exactly.
those shirts.
Yes. We have tutu wearers and tiara wearers. We go crazy.
that.
One year we had a pink flamingo lady. We dance, we sing. Some years we have DJs. We've been doing this for 12 years, and we've
Great.
we've been seeing
So awesome.
much progress over the years.
Yeah.
But
Well, we still need so
thread of
much more
tonight,
research.
yeah, the common thread tonight is to keep laughing, keep marching forward, keep the research going, use those community partners, and stay a family. Stay a family. You are not alone.
You're not alone.
Save the tatas. Mary just said, save the tatas.
Yes.
tatas.
And
I
prevention
want
too is
to
important.
before, I know you got another grand prize or whatever, but I want to introduce a video from part of my live show that I've been doing for a long time. And Tower, this character that I do, and I'll set it up for you.
Good.
This was done at a Susan G. Komen event, and it's, I started thinking 20 years ago, I created this character, and I started thinking about, oh my gosh, what, and now this is really true. Is there going to be any Social Security for me? What am I going to do when I get older? Will I be some old lounge comedian somewhere, in Tulsa, and some VFW, and I've got that lipstick drawn way up here like this,
Oh, wait a minute.
Blue green eyeshadow on you, look like a rainbow trout, and just those 2 dots. You've seen the woman, right? And the 2 dots for the rouge, and and the sparkly glasses, and the feathers, and the arthritis, and the voice like that because you smoked and you drank forever. And I always think, well, this is what could happen to me when I'm like in my 80s. I'm still going to have to work, And so this is, I guess, if they can go to that particular this character is called Miss Pepper. And
right.
Had a mammogram the other day. Your health insurance is bad when they send you to Kinko's. I stayed home. They took my boobs over in a taxi. Tried that new diet where you eat naked in front of a mirror. That caused a riot at McDonald's. I didn't know that clown could frown. I'm not getting older. I'm listening to the Stones now. I'm passing them. So I have a new insignificant other in my life. Somewhere there's a village without an idiot. He's all upset because he's losing his hair. He uses that hair growth stuff, that minoxidil. Every night makes me kiss him up there for good luck. He's not getting any more hair. I'm getting a hell of a mustache. Can you see that? You know, I got a letter from a young girl. You know, because women are always asking me my advice about men. I got a letter from a girl. She says, Miss Pepper, she says, how come men are not romantic if the word romance has the word man in it? I says, well, probably the same reason that everything painful to women begins with the male gender. You got your menopause, menstruation, hysterectomy, gynecology, mental illness, hemorrhoids. We're just different than men. If you ever regret being a woman, just remember we got off the Titanic first. And we can scare our male bosses with weird gynecological disorders. But no fashion faux pas could a woman ever commit rival the Speedo bathing suit. So I got another letter from a young girl, and she says, Miss Pepper, how will I know that I've met the right guy? I said, well, it's very important that a man helps you around the house. It's very important that a man knows that you're always right. It's very important that a man tells you and shows you that he loves you every day. And it's very important that these three men don't know each other. Now, before I go, the most popular question that I always get is, Miss Pepper, why is it women seem to gain weight when they get married? And I says, well, when you're single, you come home from work, you see what's in the refrigerator, and you go to bed. When you're married, you come home, you see what's in the bed, you go to that refrigerator. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
That's awesome. Oh, that's fun. That's fun. Diana,
I love that.
So much fun to be with you tonight and to meet
So
you.
much fun too. I know.
And, I tearied up with you. You know, you've got a good friend when you can share so much. So thank you all the way to California.
Well, everybody always has to be, everybody that in these situations, you know, we're sisters. So we are.
Yes. And brothers, because there's a lot of men too that are coming alongside us. We are a family, truly a family.
Well, thank you, and thank everybody there. It was so great, and I'll never forget the show me state.
That's right. And we do have a question that they want to know the name of your book again.
Oh.
The name of the book is A Wife's Little Instruction Book, Your Survival Guide to Marriage Without Bloodshed.
Yes.
Ah, there you go.
And you know what? I was actually thinking of writing another book called A Wife's Little Quarantine Book. Your survival guide to being isolated with your husband without bloodshed. What do you think?
You know, that sounds fun. And I've got some great ideas because my husband and I have done so many fun things through quarantine. We weren't stuck at home. We were safe at home. And I know that's not very many people can say that, but
no, they can't. I'm so bored with myself. I'm bored with myself. My dog is so bored with me. She gets diarrhea just to spice things up.
Projectile diarrhea.
Projectile. Have you ever? I mean, it's.
Yeah, that's right.
Let me just tell you this way. That's not easy to clean up.
Yeah,
that's not easy to clean up.
That's a real Shih Tzu for you.
Yeah, that's it. She is a Shih Tzu.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody. God
Yes,
bless.
thank
Take care.
you. Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Take care. Thanks. Stay
Bye-bye.
well. Much happiness to you. Thank you so much. Hey, we had a couple of more comments. Tammy Dowdy and Lisa in Gladstone. Hey, Tammy, you're a good buddy. Thanks a lot. And Mary says, save the Tatas. Every year we have a battle cry. One year it was save the Tatas. Last year it was the little engine that could. And we said, I pink I can, I pink I can, I pink I can. But this year we really do want to say that cancer is no laughing matter, but it matters to laugh. So we're laughing, but it's just too serious to not take a moment and go, yeah, okay, we got to take the bull by the horns. Angie, you're back. I know what that means. I know what that means.
You know what that means? That means we do have a couple of prizes to give away before we end tonight.
Second prize.
We do have a second place or a second prize. Our second prize tonight is a $50 gift card to either Grubhub or DoorDash, and whichever the recipient prefers. Our winner tonight for the $50 gift card is Suzanne Warren. So Suzanne, I hope you're watching, and email us at communityprogramming@mymcpl.org.
That's awesome. That's great. I think we should call them screen door prizes since we're on screen. So they're the screen door prizes. Yay, very good. Screen door prize. Let's see, more comments. Christina, thank you so much for your vote of confidence that was awesome. I think it was awesome that you were with us. Thank you for being with us. Angie, what did you think of the night?
I liked it. I think we had a good time.
Very good.
I think everyone can walk away with something positive from tonight's event. I hope so.
We've learned a lot. We've laughed a lot. Do you have anything that you want to highlight? I know that community programming is doing a great thing right now with the Veteran Salute, and I just wanted to give that a shout out. Those are so precious. I love them. That is a great way to continue on with that Veteran Salute.
We're so glad. Yes, all of our programs have gone virtual, and you can see a lot of them right where you are on Facebook at MCPL 360.
That's awesome. That's great. And let's see. What we're going to do next. Oh, no, it's the conclusion. Did we do the grand prize, Angie?
We're ready. Yeah, grand prize. I'm back. Wow.
You do just pop in and out.
I
just rub the little screen, and there you are again.
All right. Yeah, we do have that grand prize, that gift certificate to the Comedy Club of Kansas City. Once again, thanks so much to them. They are at 1130 West 103rd Street in Kansas City, Missouri, and online at thecomedyclubkc.com. Thank you so much to them. I hope the recipient enjoys it. Our winner has been drawn. Our winner tonight of our grand prize is, drumroll, Rebecca Hogan. Rebecca, I hope you're watching.
Congratulations.
You won our grand prize. Yay.
Awesome.
So again, just email us and we'll hook you up.
Wow, that's great. That's terrific. Just looking at some more comments. Thanks for all the comments. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. I just want to say that I'm so happy to be with you. It's my traditional cry at the end of the night. It means a lot to me for us to still be together. No matter what's happening, those balcony people in our lives are so important. I want to thank MCPL for seeing the importance of continuing our Pink Party, and thank you so much for community programming. Kimberly and Dylan, thank you so much. I want to thank Sarah for making my dining room look like a TV studio. So thanks, Sarah. If you could see the background of everything that's going on in my kitchen, in my dining room, in my living room, you would laugh and say, I can't believe that the woman could do that, because I kind of felt like Little House on the Prairie meets the Jetsons. So thank you for enjoying our virtual program. Pink for life. Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's see who else. I want to thank all my coworkers at Mid-Continent for the support and putting up with me the last few days as I was getting my ducks in order and for covering me at the branch. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. But more than anything, we have to find the funny. Like Diana said, we've got to find the funny for something so serious. Remember, cancer is no laughing matter, but it matters to laugh. Remember that MCPL is here. Mid-Continent Public Library is here to support you in your journey. One last thing that happens every year at the Pink Party, I got to bring my balcony people in. So make your way over here, guys. They weren't real happy about doing this, but Mr. Tapley, come on over. Dwight, but Dwight, he's not. Dwight has his earbuds in.
There's a delay. We've been watching.
Okay. There's a little delay. But this is my daughter, Hillary, who was part of my production team support, helping me with all kinds of silly things today. And here's the man of the hour, who is just now celebrating 40 years with his work anniversary of 40 years. So thanks to Dwight, thanks to Hillary. I hope that you can hug on your balcony people and stay healthy, stay happy, find the funny, and goodness gracious, thank you so much for being with us tonight. Thanks again to everybody that made it possible. And I will see you at curbside to pick up your books. Don't forget, we are still offering our virtual branches is open, and our branches are open for tech services and curbside pickup. So come see us at curbside, pick up those books, stay safe, stay healthy, and good night, everybody.
Good night.